Let me share my screen. And let's proceed according to the agenda Valerie shared several minutes ago in the MSI Select channel. So today we will show you some bug fixes we are preparing as a part of the stabilization of MSI for alpha release. Also, we will show you the MFTF test coverage. We have pretty big update for this this demo meeting. And also we will show you some other update we have regarding the inventory and the shipment. And after that we will show you the modularity track, and after that the architectural task we are solving right now with Valerie regarding the synchronization between the legacy system and the inventory one, and the MSI one. So the first one gonna be Pavel Bystritsky, who will show you bug fixes. Pavel?
Hello. Let me share my screen. Yes, first of all, I will show you bug fix about the issue. Then we have no such entity exception on manage stock screen when we change our website code of website previously assigned to some stock. As you can see, we have 3 websites, 1 default and 2 created, and each of new website created assigned for 1 of stocks. So let's change our website code. We can change website to code from W2 to website 2. Save. Sorry. And now it's saved. So you can see website code have changed, and now we should get no error, no such entity exception. As we can see, our website 2 is stay assigned to custom stock, and its code has been updated. We can do the same with website 1. Change its code, and as you can see, we have no error also. And now I will show you next issue. It's about, sorry, some technical issues. It's about a mass action for on source edit page. Previously we had no mass actions at all, and now we have ability to mass enable or disable sources. So let's log in into admin and create some sources. So let's go to Manage Sources page. As you can see, mass action option selector is present. Let's create some custom sources. And one more source. Let's go on a manage source page. And let's disable all sources. Yes, as you can see, all sources now disabled. Let's enable default and first source. Change status, enable. And as you can see, default and first source became enabled and second source stays disabled. That's all from my side. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Thank you, Pavel. So Roma will continue the presentation and show the update regarding the functional tests.
Hi all. So I will tell you something about functional testing and which test we wrote on this week. So if you go to MSI repository and you can sort with a label, if you check in MFTF label, you can see that we have a lot of pull requests with MFTF, and most of these pull requests were created on this week. We created near 15 pull requests. Most of these pull requests are related to the creation or deletion stocks, to creation of source, to disable source, different manipulation with these grids. The main part of this test are related to the product creation, to its visibility or non-visibility on front end. So today I'll show you two little tests. I will not show you any test related to the product because it was showed on previous demo. And it is pretty similar because we have only different configuration and we only check it visibility or non-visibility on front end. So today I will show you two tests which are related to the managed stock grid. So first is admin user applied mass action delayed in managed stock grid. And the another one, it is column sorting order change in managed stock grid by user. So let's begin from this one. So what we should do in this test? We go to the storage, to the managed stock, we create new stock, we name it as test stock 1, we are logging to begin again. We need to press on ID to make some sorting for ID, for example, ascending, and press to ID again and make some descending. Then we press to the column name and to the column name again and check that it works good. So let's run this test. It's this one. The code is similar as the test. So run the test. First of all, we are logging to Magento admin. Then we are going to the stock grid. First of all, we are deleting all stocks because we need only our stocks to check that they are good or bad position. So, oops. Let me reinstall Magento. Maybe I have some old information. It's quickly. So let's show you the code and what I have here to say. So when we are going to the stock grid, we don't know if ID already have some sorting or ascending or descending, so we need to reset its sorting. So we simple press on header name, and then we press to ID again, and we check all the rows. So yes, it is. Let's start this test again. We are logging to Magento. So now we should delete all stocks. We don't have any stocks, but if some test creates some stock, we need to delete it. Now we are sorting by ID, by name, by file again. Don't understand why, because previous I started it several times and it was good. Okay, I will check and I will repair it soon. So I'll show you another one test. Let's mass action in admin, delete in manage stock grid. So what we should do here, we should create new stock, test stock 1, and we just go to select all stocks and press to delete these stocks. Then we will have some pop-up, press OK, and we should have message you deleted 4 stocks. And so we need to create not 1 stock, but 4 stocks to have this message. And then we will have another one message that the default stock cannot be deleted. I hope this test will run good. Okay, run. So we are again going to the manage stock grid. We are again deleting previous created stocks, refresh the create stock back by metadata, refresh the page, delete all as, and really we had 2 message, you deleted 4 stocks and the false stock will not be deleted. So this test is green. I'm sorry for this failed test, but seems like that's all updates from me by the MFTF. So thank you, and the failed test, I will repair it.
Okay, thank you, Roma. And regarding your first test, I believe that we have some issue with the test isolation, because that's not the desirable state when one test need to be run in with a clear installation of Magento. So the test supposed to work one after another, and the responsibility of each test to clean environment after its execution, to make it possible for other tests to run without any Magento installation or something.
Yes, I think you are right, but we have 2 points. I talked with Alex Kolesnik, and he said, why is it bad that we have a lot of stocks and we running tests with a lot of stocks? Maybe it's good because we need to check this behavior too. So we need to discuss it later.
Yes. Okay, so while guys make some kind of preparation regarding the next topic, I will show you update on the modularity track. Let me share my screen. So first of all, I will show you, I will continue update on the MFTF test coverage. So currently our MFTF coverage increased drastically. For example, we have 17 open pull requests, and probably we will assign all these pull requests marked with the MFTF label to dedicated milestone, just not to affect burn down we have for MSI. and like move them to, and I will build dedicated burn down for MFTF coverage. And now we process all this pull requests independently. And Alex, as it was mentioned, Alex Kolesnik helping us with code review. So regarding the modularity, we had that request from Anton Krill, and now we have a track devoted for the modularity. We already introduced all the modules for. I will just show it how it looks like in the code base. We already introduced modules for admin UI for most of our modules, like low quantity, like catalog, like sales, sales and other. So now the next in the queue gonna be inventory shipping admin UI. And after this, actually, we are finalizing our modularity efforts. So, like typically, we have each module consisting of 3 different modules. Module responsible for API, for example, for implementation of this API, and for UI of this API, and collaboration of, for example, sales admin UI with implementation happens via APIs only. And this rule is applicable for other modules as well. So, for example, inventory sales functionality, collaborating with the inventory catalog functionality via the modules with interfaces. So this increase the interchangeability of components and give us a next step towards the microservice architecture. So this is work currently done by Sergey from eLogic. He's currently on the call, but he's still a bit shy to share with his update. And we have several more pull requests regarding the finalizing modularity work. Especially now we are working on a decoupling of the source selection and the inventory shipment. So I believe it's gonna be done probably during coming weekend, and maybe the beginning of next week. Another pretty interesting stuff I would like to share with you is not in part text part. Is a document I created just recently. So these are the set of open technical design questions we have currently. So you can find it on MSI wiki. In a section technical design, there is open technical question. And currently, I listed here the technical question we have, for which we don't have precise answers yet. For example, like synchronization between the stock and the legacy stock. We created a design document with a draft proposal how it's better to do this. Actually, we already have a synchronization, but we found several bugs, and we found some gaps in our synchronization. So here we described how better to fix it. And also, we still have some concerns regarding the modularity. That's also not affect our release date or something, but actually it should be discussed with Magento Architectural Consortium, because in Magento never before we made such a high granularity of modules and such granularity of collaboration with these modules via interfaces only. So that opened and unveiled some issue we did not have before. Also, Ricardo Tempesta currently working on pretty interesting stuff on elimination of setter method and making the entity data interfaces immutable, such as such as source interface, stock interface, and source item interface. Ricardo is not able to attend this meeting, but he promised me to make a live demo next Friday with his update, because he already have a code to show, and he already make a proof of concept removing the setters on a source interface. Also, currently Alessandro Ronchi is working and investigating the issue with the disabling of the default source. So currently we don't have like it is now admin can do it via admin panel. There is no any limitation, so the default source can be disabled. But this is potentially can lead to different unpredictable situation around behavior, both on a front end and back end side. So probably the easiest way to prevent this would be additional check which will prevent disabling of the default source. But potentially it is a valid case to, for example, to have a single source mode, but not based on the default source, but on a real one, because we already been asked from the third-party developers regarding that, whether the default source can be disabled and can be substituted to another. So we are currently investigating this possibility. And another issue is configurable product. So that's actually the question we asked Mark on a previous demo meeting, whether it's possible to make the configurable product disabled if all the variations are disabled as well. And the time Mark answered us that it's better to move the configurable product in out of stock than making it disabled, because disabling configurable product will not make it configurable, and will not make it possible to show configurable product on a front end in a category or in search result page. But for us, actually, it introduced a lot of limitation and a lot of additional work for changing the API. So maybe it makes sense to introduce the additional option for configurable product in admin panel, saying that if this option is on, we will show the configurable product. So we will switch it into disabled state, but we will show it on the front end. So at least that will untie the issue from the inventory. And also currently we are discovering, and we spend quite a lot of time during this week with Valery talking about different synchronization between two indexes, because currently it's pretty interesting that synchronization which happens between the legacy system and MSI happens 2 times. So for example, updating the inventory via legacy interfaces, we intercept the data, apply legacy update. After that, we intercept the data and apply the update in the MSI system. And after that, we have a pluginization of MSI system and update legacy system 1 more time. So the update of the legacy system happens twice, and this leads sometimes to unexpected bugs with the stock salability status. For example, for configurable product and for products with a threshold. And sometimes we get out of stock products which became in stock after the second synchronization. And here we today and the day before, yesterday and the day before yesterday. So during this week we discussed how to prevent the second synchronization. So actually, all the list of the most let's say problematic technical question described here, and I will probably I will write a resolution regarding these items. and here is the update. And if anybody of you would like to share an opinion, so it would be in the Slack channel. So feel free to do it. Okay, so
You need to ask Slava. Is he ready?
Yeah. So that's actually all regarding preparation for regression. So we are going to process the most important bugs during the next week and start the regression to prepare alpha release. So I have a question to Vyacheslav, whether we are ready or not to make a demonstration. Yeah, ready, I see. So I'm stop sharing my screen and give a word to Slava.
Thank you, Igor. Hello, everybody. I will start to share my screen. And today I will show you the fixing of the bug what we have during implementation, making compensation reservation for virtual and downloadable products when invoice created. And situation was so that if products have in inventory several sources assigned on the same stock, it was created compensation reservation on the same count how many sources was active for this product. So we have stock where we have 3 different sources assigned. It's custom stock. And we have downloadable products with some inventory on all these 3 sources. So now we're making, we go to the front end, go to category, and making order with this downloadable product. Here we are. Our order is made. I go to the admin and open my new created order with downloadable products. Here we see the downloadable one piece I put in order, and I make an invoice for it. Because for virtual and for downloadable product, source deduction is made during invoice creation. I submit an invoice. Okay, we see here that the product ordered and invoiced. And now I go to my database, make requests, and we see that now we have 1 reservation for our order. Negative, what is after order placed, and 1 positive reservation after invoice created for source deduction. Yeah, I think that's all. Maybe you have a question to me?
Thank you, Vyacheslav, and thank you, Sergey from Logic, who actually implemented and delivered this fix. So that's all regarding our update. The more to show on the next demo. If there are actually any open question, maybe from your side, Mark, or from your side, Max.
No, I don't have any other ones. I mean, beyond what we discussed in the technical document. We'll keep following up on that.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention, and see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.